From Poverty to Wealth 1. How John and Mary Applied Buffett's Principles. Chapter 1. Departure. John and Mary were a young couple living in a small apartment in a suburban town. They had little money and were often stressed about their financial situation. One day, John decided he was tired of living like this and decided to change his life. He started reading everything he could about investing and money management and learned about Warren Buffett's principles. Chapter 2. The Decision. Inspired by Buffett's teachings, John decided to put in place a long-term investment plan. He started by saving a portion of his salary each month and invested that money in strong and growing businesses. Mary was skeptical at first, but John was able to convince her to trust him and follow his plan. Chapter 3. Sacrifices. To implement their investment plan, John and Mary had to make sacrifices. They started by cutting unnecessary expenses and started buying used items instead of buying everything new. They also agreed to work overtime and take on odd jobs to save a little more money each month. Chapter 4. The First Results. After a few years of investment and sacrifice, John and Mary began to see their efforts pay off. Their wallet started to grow and they started having a little more money to spend. They decided to take advantage of their new situation by treating themselves to small pleasures from time to time, but continued to remain disciplined and to invest most of their money. Chapter 5. Success. Over the years, John and Mary's portfolio continued to grow and they managed to accumulate a nice amount of money. They decided to move to a bigger house and were able to afford a luxury vacation. They also started donating money to charitable causes and helping loved ones in financial difficulty. Chapter 6. The Lesson. John and Mary learned that discipline and patience were the keys to their success. They also understood that long-term investing was a solid strategy for accumulating wealth. They decided to continue to follow Buffett's principles and invest prudently in order to continue enjoying their new life of wealth. They also recommended this approach to their friends and family, explaining that wealth doesn't come overnight, but takes hard work and perseverance.